This is going to be awesome. You know, every now and then a question comes along that rattles your spirit. You know, it doesn't just make you think, it makes you feel. And I love those questions, those moments of curiosity. You know, it makes you pause. It stirs up the deepest corners of your heart. Not, what do you do? Or, where are you going? Or, why did this happen? But this one. Who do you say that I am? Now, this was the question Jesus asked, not to the crowds, not to the religious elite, but to the ones who walked with him, ate with him, and called him friend. And today, he's asking you that same question. Because how you answer that question determines not only how you see Jesus, but how you see yourself, how you face life, how you overcome pain, and how you walk forward when everything in you wants to turn back. Now, in Matthew 16, Jesus and his disciples were walking through Caesarea Philippi, a city full of idols, temples, and false gods. It was a place of distractions, just like today's world. I guess kind of like a modern day Las Vegas, right? Where truth is blurry and faith can feel fragile. And in the middle of that place, Jesus turns and asks them, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" And the disciples rattle off the usual guesses. Some say John the Baptist, others Elijah. But then Jesus asks the question that splits the earth and heaven. He says, "But who do you say that I am?" And at that point, there's a moment of silence. And then Peter, blessed Peter, he speaks, not as a scholar and not as a perfect man, but as someone who had seen something real. He says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Peter wasn't just answering the question. He was confessing the truth. And that truth unlocked something powerful. Because Jesus responded with words that changed Peter's identity forever. He said, "Blessed are you. You are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." Now, let that sink in for just one moment. I want you to really think about that. The moment Peter declared who Jesus was, Jesus declared who Peter was. And this is the key. You see, when you see Jesus clearly, you begin to see yourself clearly. Your calling, your strength, your destiny. And Peter means rock, but Peter didn't look like a rock, and he was impulsive, emotional, and flawed, and he denied Jesus 3 times, so he wasn't perfect. But still, Jesus said, "I see something in you that you can't even see yet." And that's beautiful, because that's what God does. He calls out the strength inside your struggle. He names you not based on your past, but on your potential. God isn't waiting for you to become perfect before he partners with you. He builds as you walk with him, brick by brick, mistake by mistake, and victory by victory. And you may feel unstable, and you may have denied him like Peter did later. But he still looks at you and says, "You're the rock I'm building on." And why? Because it was never about being flawless. It's about having faith. And Jesus doesn't just rename Peter. He gives him something. He says, I will give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven. That's pretty strong. Because you see, God wants you to know He's not putting you in a cage. He's handing you keys. Keys represent authority, access, and responsibility. And what you unlock with those keys can bring freedom to others. You've been walking like a prisoner in your own story, but God is saying, you are not chained to your mistakes. You are entrusted with my mission. And when you declare Jesus as Lord, He entrusts you with purpose, real, deep, life-altering purpose. And you know, Jesus said something else in Matthew 16 that I want to share with you today. He said, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. Now listen to that carefully. He didn't say there wouldn't be battles, and He didn't say the enemy wouldn't try. But He said, hell won't win. So whatever is trying to break you, maybe it's addiction, shame, could be depression, betrayal, it has no eternal power over the one who lives in you. And Jesus is telling you today, the enemy built gates to keep you out. But I've given you the keys to break through. And you weren't meant to sit in survival mode. You were born to overcome. So, here we are again, back at that question. Who do you say I am? Not what others say, not what cultures say, but what do you say? Because if you can say today, with faith in your voice and fire in your heart, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God, then hear Him say back to you, and you, yes, you are the rock I will build on. You are the one I will walk with, strengthen, and send into the world to shake the darkness. You are chosen, you are mine, and the gates of hell will not win. So, let that be the sentence that rewrites your future. Let that be the moment your life begins again. And never forget, God is not distant, disinterested, or disappointed. He's with you, for you, and He wants to see you win. He wants to see you win. God, the guy who has all the power that can make anything happen, wants to see you win. He's in your corner. You couldn't find a better partner in any corner of this planet. And He wants to see you win. So step into your name, pick up your keys, and build your life on the rock who will never let you fall. Friends, God bless you today, tomorrow, and every day to come. I'll be back. I'll see you. Hug your family. They love you.